Louis begged repeatedly and pushed the credit card onto the pharmacist's hands. "My mother wants it." The old man in the white coat was shocked and didn't know what to do. He left the counter and called someone while not listening to Louis asking for help. At last, the person who gives medicine came back and showed the 7-year-old to be quiet by putting up their hands. "Child, someone is coming to assist you." The man told Louis to relax, but Louis began crying loudly in the pharmacy and other people noticed. "You don't get it. She needs to become healthy. She has many diseases," the boy cried and begged. He only listened to some of what the doctors said to his mom. He didn't remember the name correctly. His mom, Miriam, has a sickness called multiple sclerosis. She needs to take medicine for the rest of her life. Louis was confused, but he thought his mother was going to die very soon. When Kyle, who was not usually around, came to talk to his mom, he had a thought. Kyle left his jacket on a chair in the hospital. Louis took Kyle's credit card, planning to use it to buy medicine for his mother right away. He went quickly to the drugstore close to the Colorado and asked for medicine to help his mother get better. Nobody listened to him, and when he stopped crying, he heard police car sirens. All of a sudden, 2 police officers came into the store and talked to the older man wearing a white coat. The man looked at Louis with anger, making Louis know he had done something wrong. A police officer went to him and knelt down to his height. "What's happening, child?" he asked softly. Louis cried again, but he tried to stay relaxed and describe what was happening. He talked to them about his life and also mentioned his mother's illness. "My mom is tired from working a lot, and she needs medicine to help her. I go to a private school all the time because my mom thinks I am smart. It's only me and her together." Louis cried as he spoke, saying that his dad left them and he hadn't seen him until he came to the hospital. He said that she needs help. He doesn't offer assistance. He got married again and now has a new partner for life. I saw him and took his card. Can I use that to buy medicine? Louis talked for a few more minutes about how his mom works for 12 hours and how his dad doesn't send any money. The officer paid close attention while Louis finished speaking. Officer Carlson asked the kid to join them and put his hand on his shoulder to take him out of the store. The boy asked himself, "Did I do something wrong?" He had stopped crying. "You were caught using a credit card that wasn't yours, young person. And you acknowledged that you did something wrong." Officer Carlson made a joke, but Louis didn't understand it because it was about something that might usually result in getting arrested. He felt nervous and walked with his head down, thinking that he might make things worse for his unwell mom. He was taken to the police car, and he didn't know what the police would tell his parents. He was surprised when they went to the police station. The officer named Carlson asked Louis to take them to his mom's room, and Louis did what he was asked. Miriam asked Louis where he had been when he came into the room with a police officer. Louis watched as his dad stood up from the chair next to the hospital bed and looked unhappy at the police officer. "Hey, can I talk to you quickly?" Officer Carlson asked Kyle. Then Kyle and the officer went outside to the corridor. Louis ran to his mother and cried as she comforted him by holding him close to her stomach. "It's fine. It's fine. Mom is fine," she said. Everything is fine, while feeling puzzled by her child's crying. When the men returned, Kyle appeared very pale and embarrassed. He walked closer to the bed and looked directly at his child. "I feel really bad, my child. I haven't been around lately, but that will change from now on. I'll help both of you. My dad promised it was his job." Louis saw his father cry. "Is that true?" Louis questioned and wiped more tears from his eyes. "Promise," Kyle said again and gave his child a hug. They told Louis that his mother was not going to die after all. She had a sickness that needed medicine, and Kyle came because Miriam's sister informed him about it. He felt bad for leaving his son, but Officer Carlson scolded him and helped him realize he had to take care of his responsibilities. He and Miriam won't be together. Again, but he will give money to support their children and Miriam. Miriam. Went back to work after she learned how to manage her illness. She got more money and didn't have to work very hard anymore. Louis went to see his dad on weekends and they got closer again, which Louis didn't think would happen. The most surprising thing was that Officer Carlson came to see them many times when Miriam was in the hospital. And even more when she went home. He acted like he was making sure they were okay, but soon told them the real reason. He and Louis's mom went out for a while and got married when Louis was 12. Louis didn't have to be concerned that his mother would be lonely or unable to take care of herself anymore.